all the way to Tulsa from the top of that Ferris wheel.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride that Ferris wheel 4 times this year.
I'm gonna ride it with you.
I think you kids need to understand your carnival economics. Now, you only get $4 worth of tickets, which may not seem like much individually, but put together, that's a $20 pop for your mama, which includes rides and refreshments. So, if you eat a corn dog, then go on the tilt-a-whirl and throw it up. That's just poor scheduling, so don't come crying to me.
Dinky little carnival only comes to Pyramid Corners because nobody else will have it.
Well, excuse me, Miss Paris France. Regardless of your poo-poo critique, the rest of us are gonna seize the moment and spin and twirl and ride the Ferris wheel while we can. Randall?
Mary Sue, it's Daddy. It is?
People say God looks out for the working man. Sure hope he's looking out for me. These empty pockets need a helping hand. Kitchen tables full of family. But then the sun comes up and the moon is shining big and bright, and the new day promises that everything will be alright, and the new day promises that everything will be alright.
Spent the last 8 weeks roughnecking 20 miles offshore Corpus Christi, rebuilding the family fortune.
Ooh, is that real?
Woo, yes. And you know, as I was coming into town this morning, I saw a bunch of guys setting up what appeared to be a carnival.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the Ferris wheel.
Well, I'm gonna ride it with you. You remember last time we went to the carnival, Dorothy Jane?
No.
You don't remember? We rode the Ferris wheel for about an hour because my buddy was running it. And I said, let her run till she says uncle. And you never wanted to get off?
I'm sorry. I don't remember.
Howdy. Oh, excuse me. You got company.
Oh, not at all. This is my husband, Mr. Hodges, Randall Torkelson. Randy, this is our boarder, Wesley Hodges.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Torkelson.
Yeah, pleasure.
We did up the basement for him.
Yeah, it's real cozy. As a matter of fact, that's where I'm headed right now. Excuse me.
What?
I don't know. Seems kind of strange coming home finding a man living in my house. Since when did you start taking in boarders?
Since we needed the money. And it's not your house if you don't live here. It's our house.
Well, who wants to help me spend some of this money once that carnival opens, huh? I've been doing a lot of thinking about you and me, and I've come to the decision that these divorce papers you sent me are going to put a serious strain on this relationship. Now, you want to tell me what this is all about?
It's about shooting this marriage, Randy, and putting it out of its misery.
Is that what you want?
No, but it's what I'm doing. Randy, you haven't been in this house for a year and a half. We don't have a marriage anymore. We both know it. It's time we did something about it.
I love you.
It's funny how those little words drove me to marriage and multiple pregnancies.
I love you.
No, you don't. You couldn't possibly, or you wouldn't have left me alone all this time.
I'm out in the world trying to make a life for us.
We got a life right here, Randy, and it's passing by without you in it.
I am out there busting my butt to be something. And one of these times, it's going to happen very soon. I'm going to come back in here covered in oil, like James Dean was in Giant. I'm gonna scoop you up in my arms. I want you to be wearing something white, because I'm gonna rub about $100,000 worth of Texas crude all over you. We're gonna live in a big house. We're gonna have cattle.
You got that wrong. James Dean had oil, Rock Hudson had cattle. You can't have them both.
Oh, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do, Randy. Because all I am is alone at night watching these old lake movies. And I know them by heart. And you can't have oil and cattle at the same time. All I want out of you is a divorce. So sign the papers and figure you got off easy.
We rode the Ferris wheel for an hour. I never wanted it to stop because I knew when it did, my daddy would leave. But it stopped, and he did leave. He always leaves. And that's why I'm never gonna ride a Ferris wheel again as long as I live.
You think it's right to be sitting up here in your window with your daddy downstairs?
No.
Neither do I. Move over.
I don't understand you, Mama. Why do you let him just blow back in here like nothing's different? Why do you tell us he's always thinking about us?
Because he's your daddy.
But he's never around long enough for me to think of him as my daddy.
Well, I see him every day looking at me through the eyes of you and your brothers and sisters.
You don't look at me and see him. I'm nothing like him, and I'll never be anything like him.
You have big dreams of leaving this town someday. You have dreams of moving to Paris and sitting in a sidewalk cafe writing poetry and batting your eyelashes at the too-old-for-you French boy at the next table. You think you inherited the ability to dream those big dreams from me, Dorothy Jane? I'm not possessed of those kind of dreams. It's enough for me to wake up in this old house full of my 5 children every morning, and I'm amazed every day I do. Bootsy's here.
Randy! Oh, you look good, son. How you feel?
Oh, I feel fine.
Good. You feel fine. Good. Why don't you call me? Why don't you let your family know where you are? Forget about me. I'm just your mother. Don't you realize you've got a wife and 5 kids living here? Or do you think this is some kind of a mirage?
Hi, Bootsy. Randy's here.
All right, fine. He's your husband. It's none of my business. I broke your pillow.
You staying for dinner?
Yeah, I'm staying. How long you staying?
I don't know. Got my mama tell me what a jerk I am. I got my wife telling me she wants a divorce. Hardly an impetus to hang around, if you know what I mean.
Maybe if you'd hang around, we wouldn't want the divorce.
Hey, Daddy, they turned on the carnival lights. Let's get this
All right. Oh!
You said you were going to peel off some money.
That's right. Daddy's here. This is going to be the best carnival you kids ever had.
Okay.
I'd really like it if you joined us too, Dorothy Jane.
Our oldest child has outgrown the carnival, Randy. You and the kids go on, and we ladies will sit around and drink tea and eat bonbons.
All right, everybody. Carnival, here we come.
You got some colors mixed in with your whites, Wilson.
Too late, don't care, so what? I've been separating my whites and colors for the last 15 years. I've been running this house correctly all of my life, and what's it got me? I'm a soon-to-be divorcee who's going to turn 36 on her next birthday, which puts me closer to 40 than 30, which puts me closer to 50 than 20. I'm 50! I'm in my 50s! I'm having hot flashes! It's menopause!
It's a dryer.
Oh, thank God. Thank God it can't all gone past so quickly.
Mama, you're scaring me.
I should have been able to make this marriage work.
Honey, how could you make the marriage work and him live in the same house?
I should have followed him.
You got 5 kids.
I was always pregnant. I was pregnant for 45 months. I couldn't follow him. I was too slow.
Okay, now let me tell you something right now. I understand perfectly well that I've given birth to a rat, but I still love him because he's my rat son. But I've grown to love you like a daughter. And I am here to tell you right now that you have got nothing to blame yourself for. And you have to continue with your life.
I gotcha. Oh, y'all should have come. Kids had the time of their lives with their daddy.
We rode every ride. I had cotton candy.
I can see that, honey.
We had a really nice time, Mama.
Yeah, I gotta admit, we did.
I love these kids.
Hey, you don't touch a man's hat.
Yes, sir. You know, being with them tonight made me realize how much I miss them. How important it is having your family around you. Riding that Ferris wheel with Mary Sue sitting beside me, and Stephen Floyd and Ruth Ann sitting behind me, and Chucky Lee and some big fat guy I don't know sitting in front of me. It all made me realize that I want to try again. I'm going to stay here, Millicent. Millicent, I know I've hurt you.
I am not concerned about me. I just wish you could have talked to me in private about coming back before you said everything in front of the kids like that. I wonder if you know how much you've hurt them.
The point is, I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. I can be a good husband. I can be a good father if you just give me the chance.
What, I'm supposed to trust that? I know you too well, Randy. You can't expect me to trust that.
Just because I'm not here doesn't mean I don't love you.
Oh, that is just so convenient. Do you use that line of reasoning when you were unfaithful to me? In whatever towns you have been unfaithful to me in?
Millicent, we are legally separated at your request.
I have never been with another man.
Why are you bringing this up now?
Because I want you to know there is no one else in my heart. And there never has been. When I tell you, I don't know if I'll want you back.
Good night, Mama.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yes, ma'am. As soon as I get back upstairs, I did.
Say goodnight to your daddy.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, Chucky Lee. You're almost getting too big to hug your daddy.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, Stephen Floyd.
See you in the morning?
Yes, you will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Those boys sure love their daddy.
Yes, they genuinely do.
What about you, Millicent?
Yeah, I love my daddy, too. I don't know what that has to do with you and me, however.
I just wanted to say goodnight, Mama.
So did I. Good night.
Dorothy Jane? You gonna say goodnight to me?
Night.
Why do you hate me, Dorothy Jane?
I don't hate you.
Well, you sure don't love me.
How could I love you? You always leave. Why don't you want to be my father? I didn't do anything.
You don't even want to ride the Ferris wheel with me.
You're gonna leave.
I might surprise you.
I just want to go to sleep.
I don't understand myself. After 35 years of living in my own body, I don't understand myself. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I knew I was going to do it, and I'm doing it.
blueberry pancakes.
Unbelievable. I knew you were going to do this. I smelled myself. I knew I said just go ahead and go cereal. It wasn't like you had blueberries in the refrigerator. No, I go to the grocery, I buy blueberries. I'm standing there making blueberry pancakes. Can you believe this?
No, I can't believe this. What do you think I'm talking about here?
Do I smell blueberry pancakes?
Yes.
Favorite.
Told you'd still be here.
Well, of course I'm still here. Morning, Hodges.
Morning, Mr. Torkelson.
You know, with me moving back into the house, I really see no need to sustain this border situation.
Randy?
Now, Millicent, it's not like I'm picking him out today. You take as long as you need, find yourself a new arrangement.
Well, Mr. Torkelson, I appreciate your position. I mean no disrespect, but I make my rent check out to Mrs. Torkelson. And when she tells me to find a new arrangement, I most certainly will.
Now, listen.
No, you listen. Porter Hodges has been with us 36 consecutive days. I've been married to you for 15 years and don't believe I've seen you here 36 consecutive days. Therefore, on your 37th consecutive day, Porter Hodges and I will reassess the situation.
Well, that works for me.
Paying customer, bub.
The kids seem to be having a good time with their daddy, don't you think, Millicent?
Kids need a daddy. It's good for them that he's here.
What about you?
What about me?
You gonna let him stay?
Hello? No, I'm sorry, he's not here. Well, he should be back any time. Yeah, I can take a message. Uh-huh. I see. Yeah, I'll tell him. Bye.
What? Man, that was even better than last night, wasn't it, Dad?
Yeah, even better. Here, take your sister.
All right, everybody, it's way past your bedtime. Stephen Floyd, tuck your little sister in. Everybody else wash up and hit the hay.
Good night, Daddy.
Night, Dad.
Good night, sweet dreams.
Randy, you got a phone call.
You know, after me and the kids went to the Frosty King, they wanted to show me everything's changed here in Pyramid Corner since I've been gone. So we walked from one end of town to the other. And you know what's changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed whatsoever. When I left town, the bulb in the E in Miller's Hardware sign was burnt out. I walked by there today, it's still burnt out. So I walked in the store, I say to Hubert Miller, I say, Hubert, I haven't been in town in a year and a half. The E in your sign was burnt out then, it's still burnt out. Now, here's the good news, Hubert. You don't have to go to the hardware store to get yourself a bulb to fix that sign. You are the hardware store. You're crawling with bulbs. Why don't you fix your sign? And he looks at me and he says, I'm gonna get to.
What's your point?
No point. I have no point.
Randy, you got a phone call.
I'm gonna get to.
You know this guy?
Joe Safford. Yeah, he's the foreman of that offshore rig I was working. Why, he call here? What'd he say?
Says he needs a lead man for a Gulf Coast job starts tomorrow morning.
Oh, I'd have to drive all night. Watch this, ladies.
What you doing, Randall?
Joe, Randy Torkelson, how you doing? Yeah, I got your message. I'm gonna have to turn this one down, Joe. Maybe next time. Well, you keep it open if you want to, but I'm not gonna be there in the morning. Thanks anyway. What y'all think of that, huh?
Proud of you, son. You two still look good together. You really do. Good night.
Good night, Mom.
Night boots.
Well, I'm kind of tired, too.
Dorothy Jane, I want you to say goodnight to your father.
Good night.
No. You haven't given your father a hug and a kiss since he's been back here.
Mama.
I want you to give your father a hug and a kiss.
Thank you, Dorothy Jane. Why'd you make her do that?
If you don't mind, Randy, I'm a little tired myself.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Mrs. Torkelson, I'm truly very sorry.
Well, don't you go anywhere.
I won't. Food's too good.
Come on.
What?
This is the last day of the carnival.
Yeah?
I want to ride the Ferris wheel with you.